minutes, 5-minute warning. We're going live in 5 minutes to announce the winners of our writing challenge anthology competition. Stay tuned. 5 minutes, 4 minutes and 45 seconds now. Two-minute warning, 2-minute drills. Hi, I can see you guys out there. Orlando, spent a long time in Orlando, know it well. Like how I just pop in and pop out. This is the magic backstage, guys. This is how it happens. Not sure we want you to know, but we're going to tell you anyway. Aaron, Maisie. Hi, everybody. Give it about another minute to let folks join us. Rome. Oh, Giuseppe. Boy, that's Italy. Top of my bucket list. Top of my bucket list. Hey, Western Mass. Hi, guys. Massachusetts representing. Yeah, the fireworks. In case my jazz hands get tired, there will still be some fun happening in the background there. Hi, Celissa. How are you? Slovenia. Wow. Can I say I love mentioned. Can I say I love how international our group is? It's so interesting. I love it. Hi. Hey, Bob. Somebody from Georgia. That's where I am, by the way. All right. 13 seconds. 11. I feel like every time I see this counter hit this mark, I try to do the countdown, and it's a little extra. So, hey, Joburg. Hey, Teresa. SoCal, LA. Fantastic. Ah, that's it. All right. Whoops. Now if I can stop everything from flashing and just get everything out of the way. Hi, everybody. Welcome. It's so great to virtually see you. I don't know about you guys, but this whole pandemic shelter-in-place situation, I am just so thrilled to be here with you and to feel like I'm having a conversation until we can get some more in-person things happening again. So welcome, everybody. Happy Friday. If Friday still means anything anymore, I'm not even quite sure, but it is so great to see you here. We are going to do an announcement today of the winners of our anthology story submissions. So giving you a little bit of background here, from April 6th to April 20th, just for our newer members, and we have been growing so quickly, so welcome lots of new members. April 6th to April 20th this year, AutoCrit ran our first of many and several, more on that coming, writing challenge, a community writing challenge. So the idea really is during these, I'm going to say it, it's a little cliche, but I'm going to say it, these unprecedented times when we're all being asked to take on more and stay home and do all the things and, you know, kind of still be sane, normal human beings. How do you let that creativity out? How do you really maintain some level of communication and some level of creativity to really feed your soul and make it through kind of whatever's happening in the world and still hone your craft, become a better writer, and have fun. Let's be honest, and win prizes, but also to have a lot of fun. So from the 6th to the 20th, our first ever community writing challenge, write and edit a short story in 14 days, start to finish. You may have had the idea before, knocking around in your head. You may have taken one of our writing prompts and gone from there. But the idea is really to start from that kernel, that little nugget of an idea, write and edit. Of course, you know we love our editing here at AutoCrit. A short story start to finish. And along the way, you know, come in every day to the community, get encouraged, share fun things, share encouragement, support. Normal. Yeah, that's relative, isn't it, Dory? Tell me. But being able to have that kind of feeling of camaraderie and community and sharing and supporting each other and encouraging each other. So winning prizes as drawings at the end, and then the big grand prize, which is inclusion of the top 10 of our top 10 of the submitted short stories in a limited run anthology that AutoCrit will be publishing. And it is limited run. When I say that, what I mean is the 10 authors whose stories are included, that's the only 10 copies that will exist in print. So it is an exclusive trophy that is only for the winners of this competition. So you'll have that in a place of pride in your home, or eventually when we're able to all go back to work in our offices. I mean, this is my office, so it's all the same. But being able to say, like, this is something that I did. This is something that I achieved, not just achieved it in the short time frame, which we had hundreds of people who were able to do that literally amazing feat, writing and editing that story in 14 days. And then having a curated panel that AutoCrit put together. By the way, we're not able to tell you who's on the panel. I know we get that question a lot. But we can tell you a little bit about kind of what the panel looked at. Since this was our first time, the panel, we kind of pulled strings and pulled in some favors from some friends in the industry, some editors, some publishers, some authors, and some staff, to be honest. So definitely we did that under the promise of anonymity. In the future, we will let you know who the panel is and start sharing more information. And definitely, I see some comments coming in. Definitely, we'll be doing another challenge like this again at some point. Sooner rather than later. I don't want to give away too much, but okay. Having that set of submissions, we took then, gosh, 3+ weeks to read, and we did read every single one of those submissions. So now we're ready to let you know who we, meaning the panel and AutoCrit, have selected as the stories to include in these in this very limited run anthology. So without further ado, right, let's get on with it. Just wanted to give everybody a little bit of background, why we're here today, what we mean when we say anthology, you know, for people who have joined since then. And there have definitely been just hundreds of people joining us in really recent times. So we're very, very excited. All right. Let's get started. So, oops, pause. So what we did as part of the panel is looked first for stories that are really almost ready to go, right? Since the challenge was to write and edit, we really started with ones that were a little bit more polished, a little bit more on a little bit less fine-tuning would have to be done. We can tell that some had a little bit more time spent in the editing and the cleanup and the little tweaking and the dialing it in. So just as any other group would be looking at entries in an anthology, we took that lens kind of as our first brush through. Then from there, everything was read, compared to their individual, compared for things like individual narrative style, anything that kind of surprised us, anything that stood out and really kind of made that story unexpected, kind of a little bit of a twist or something that really grabbed the reader's attentions, strength of character, really evocative descriptions, as you may have seen in this week's Deep Dive Live, right? So we love that showing versus telling, and we really looked for a lot of that to be in there to give us as the readers that experience and that walk in the character's shoes and really have the feeling and emotion come through. And then, of course, as always, personal preference and entertainment value among kind of other things. So each individual on the panel kind of had their own personal style, personal preference, and what they enjoyed better than some of the other things. So all of those aspects went into how those decisions were made. It was not an easy process, and I got to tell you, we spent a lot of time reading these stories, and across the hundreds and hundreds of submissions that we had, I think there were well over 200. And we'll get those numbers for you because I know you guys love stats, as do I. So we'll get those numbers for you. Literally every story had something in it that somebody on the panel loved for different reasons. Whether it was, you know, a really great phrasing, a really great set of dialogue, a really fun character that felt very three-dimensional in such a short amount of words. There were definitely aspects of every story that somebody loved that we were like, wow, we're really impressed. We're really blown away. There's just a lot of goodness here. So thank you, first of all, to everyone who submitted a story. We had a blast reading these and really just found some real gems along the way. If you didn't submit, even if you joined the challenge, even if you joined part of the challenge or learned about it late or just took a day or two to write that you wouldn't have otherwise taken, then you're already way ahead of the game. So everyone, congratulations to everyone who participated, everyone who joined us along the way. Huge pats on the back from AutoCrit, from our panel, and from each other out in the community. So even if we're not saying your name on the internet today, which is, as you know, like a huge prize for me to say your name on the internet, everyone's a winner here already. So the anthology first, and I'm going to pull up some banners here to help keep me honest. Oh, so we do have some other stats. We're going to be publishing an email that's going to go out gosh, any second now. So I better hurry up. And we'll be posting here in the community a little bit more stats about how many entries we had and the word count for each story. It was kind of all over the place. As you know, the goal was around 5,000 words. Most people were pretty close to that. Some were as few as 1,000 or so. But generally speaking, right around the 2,000 to 3,000 marks. We'll publish some more info on that. Let me pull a banner and we will jump right in. Our first selection for the anthology. These are in no specific order. Sandra Fisher, you out there? A Light in the Darkness. Very relatable, really affirming. It deals with some really human concerns, and that's top of mind for everybody right now. But the way that this story deals with those human concerns just felt really honest and really true. And the flow of that story, given the short nature of a short story, it just seemed quite effortless. So congratulations, Sandra. Excellent job. We really enjoyed that. Very timely, topical, really some honest and true kind of raw emotion in there, and we really enjoyed it. So next. Oh, this is a fun one. Ryan Prado. I hope I'm saying that right. The Prado part, I'm pretty confident in the Ryan part. So, A Secret Stolen. I love some psychological horror writing. Anything psychological, thrillers, what have you. But this is pretty unsettling. It really kind of keeps you guessing at what's going on. As you're reading through it, you're hooked in, you're with those characters, and then something happens, just a little bit of a peep behind the curtain, if you will. And Ryan knows what I'm talking about, that, right? A peek behind the curtain or the cardboard to make you think, what just happened here? Wait, what? So really kind of keeps you hanging in there, and a pretty shocking conclusion. It was great for kind of a dark morality play. I didn't see that ending coming. Fantastic. Well done. So Ryan with A Secret Stolen. Our next one, I think, is David Legg, you out there? Spellfire. Loved it. This one for me and for several on the team kind of gets a bit of a superlative award, best dressed, most likely to succeed, blah, blah, blah. But this one had the best opening line. It was something along the lines of the smell of coffee roused me from my sleep, and then my house exploded. So you're just hooked instantly from that line to see what the heck just happened there. You're like, oh, coffee. I love coffee. Everybody loves coffee. It's morning. Let's do it. Boom. Literal boom. Crazy. Just really energetic throughout the whole thing. A bit absurdist, like a bit of a fantasy-esque, but a fun tone and entertaining, right? With a twist ending as well. Like is it fantasy? Is it wizardry? Is it YA? Is it romance? Who knows? But I loved that. David, you really went all out, and it was super irreverent. Someone on the panel mentioned Terry Pratchett, which is just like fantastic company to be in. So very much enjoyed that. Keep the explosions and the coffee coming for us, David. Next up, In Deeds from Aaron Brewer. So super snappy, a great kind of warm up for an action series a la like H.P. Lovecraft inspired. So everybody then was like, boom, boom, boom. The pace was amazing. Very, very engaging. Everybody was hooked. It had this great ending. We're hoping to see more in this series, Aaron. So definitely keep it coming. We were hanging in there the whole time and really engaged start to finish. Never had those lulls. Just terrific pacing on this one. Waving Goodbye. Skip Nichols. This one had just a really interesting and engaging narrative flow. It's a war story, right? It's just hard to say how you put things like war and devastation and inhumanity and just horrifying things like that into a narrative flow. And Skip, we thought you did a really excellent job with that. It kind of reads a little bit like a personal memory. So it put us in the head of the narrator and kind of gave us all those goosebumps that we seek so often when we're in that type of writing. It was weighty, it was heavy, it was, you know, just kind of one that sits with you, kind of sits with you even after the fact. So don't know if this was truly a nonfiction piece, but if it was, this might be our first nonfiction piece in the set. So Skip, if you're out there, let us know your thoughts. Was this a autobiographical content for you? But we really enjoyed it, so fantastic, and thank you for that. Thank you for that experience. Stuck with us. Okay, next. Okay, this one. Where's my marker? Here we go. Breakfast is Hell. It keeps you guessing until the end. And then midway through, you know, as you're stepping through, imagine Jean-Luc Picard has just completely gone insane. And he's just off his rocker as Captain Picard. And then you might have some sort of idea what's happening here in Breakfast is Hell. David Boggess? I'm so sorry if I'm brutally just maiming the pronunciation of your name. David, just fantastic, a fun read, a really unique narrative style. It is just a one-sided conversation. It is only the speaker and how he's reacting and responding and interacting with the person he's speaking with, who comes by for breakfast. Oh, did I invite you? What are you doing here? Oh, well, that's just, you know, it just engages you in a way that you're thinking and trying to get your head to who the other speaker is, why they're there, and that, you know, little bits and pieces and clues are revealed as you go through that really unique narrative style. It's an overeager spaceship captain, a la Jean-Luc Picard. Nothing's going to get in the way of his breakfast and those prefab space biscuits and the jam-like substance. Very funny, quite an ending, and just a little bit unexpected as well. David loved that. Thought it was really unique and kept us kind of guessing and reading all the way through the very end. Fantastic. Next, Brooke Tight, Holding On to Hope. Just an amazing piece, really thoughtful about the nature of life and death. And then there's in the middle just this smart little clue. You're not quite sure, but you get these little clues kind of along the way. And that little twist in the middle was just a great little hook that really caught our attention. The atmosphere throughout that story just really pulls you in, very engaging. That, of course, that atmosphere, you feel like you're in it, which really kind of puts you even more at odds with that little twist in the middle. We very much enjoyed that. So Brooke, Holding On to Hope. We're holding on to hope that Brooke continues to write more. We feel like, you know, Brooke, you could be on your way to your own anthology. So keep it coming. Absolutely. All right. So that is 7. We've got 3 more to go. Phew. We've got Kristen O. Consequences, back in the realm of kind of a bit more of a morality play with this one. Very, very relevant. A really tense story with computer hacking, personal ethics, twists and turns, just more bleak than what you would expect, you know, when you think about, computer hacking, but that aspect of the personal aspect of it and the twists and turns with the internal as well as that external tension or conflict kind of brings us to a really dramatic conclusion that for me left me wanting more. It was a just terrific ending that it left itself open for more information to come and really kind of where those characters going to go next. So Kristen O with Consequences, terrific job. Two more. It wouldn't be a writing contest if the word cat didn't pop up. So The Orange Cat from Michael Veritoni. Again, I'm so sorry. Or Bob Veritoni. Michael? I don't know. Maybe that's your new pseudonym. It's Michael. Bob Veritoni, The Orange Cat, kind of takes a lot of current world events as a background theme, and then twists this kind of classical style ghost story in there, right? We loved the unique style in this one because there were some tense shifts. And as you know, in AutoCrit, we try to call those out for you. You don't want to unintentionally do that throughout your story back and forth. But as a tool, it can be incredibly compelling. And that's exactly what Bob did here. Bookended the story with shifts in tense and then still holding everything together well in that middle and building kind of an ongoing sense of dread that some curse is just kind of sneaking up on you. Tough to do, especially in such a short amount of words. So good for you, Bob. An excellent job in using techniques and still staying true to the story and keeping your readers engaged. So fantastic. All right. Final selection. I would do a drum roll, but I forgot to pull up any MP3s of a drum roll. So imagine in your head, everyone here is very creative. Imagine a drum roll. Celissa, and I know you are out there with us today. Celissa Franklin, Weekend Warriors. Just a fun, entertaining little piece. The visuals were just so vivid. It really felt like a Saturday morning cartoon come to life. It was just fun and light and engaging. Maybe it was intended for younger readers, but you know what I'm going to say? I'm a younger reader. No one tell me differently. But fantastic. Just a jaunty run, an extended battle sequence with squirrels. Fantastic, but very, very engaging. And in a short amount of time, developed those characters, those two main characters, in a way that made us want to spend more time with those little, auto critters. That was terrible. Okay, you guys stay to the writing. I will stay to the reading, and I will try to stay to the jokes. So basically, with Celissa Franklin's book, Weekend Warriors, if you didn't already know, do not mess with squirrels. I love a story with a takeaway lesson, and that was what we got from that. So, excellent job. Again, a very, very tough decision for us as a group, for us as panel members. Incredibly difficult. We cannot wait to do this again. We're going to run some shorter challenges with some more really specific calls to action in our community and within our platform, within AutoCrit itself as an app. So be on the lookout for those. You'll all be getting an email shortly that includes this full list of winners. We will also post it, of course, in our community. And feel free to watch this video again and again and again. You'll laugh, you'll cry, you'll say it's better than cats. But from what I hear and what I've experienced personally, most anything is better than the play cats. So, as you all know, this is the trophy anthology. We do still have a fair amount of work to do. We will be reaching out directly to the winners specifically and directly to plan next steps, to talk about cover design and further editing and typesetting and just all of that goodness that flows around getting a book into actual print. So might be a little bit of a delay, but once we've gotten in touch with all the anthology winners, we'd love to see more people posting their stories in the community. I know tons of people have already shared them. So if you are a winner and you would love to share your book, go ahead and share that in the community. Feel free to just post a link onto the winner's announcement if you want to do it that way. Great opportunity. Some of them are already out there, as we said. And once we have those trophy books printed, we would love to see those shared. We'll get a hashtag. We'll get those shared on social media. But a little bit of patience before we get there. Stay tuned with AutoCrit here in the AutoCrit author community for a few things. 1, more upcoming challenges. 2, more deep dive lives. We've got one next week on Power Words, Tuesday at 1 p.m. Eastern. And then on May 26th, a special event you do not want to miss. 1 o'clock. We have not posted this yet, so you're hearing about it here first. A fireside chat with award-winning author with, well, I don't know if she's award-winning. In our hearts, she definitely is. But a published author, Crystal King, talks a little bit about her newest book and how she decides what to write. Just a great fireside chat interview. We will be taking Q&A for that. It's a live event, May 26th, here in the AutoCrit author community. So keep an eye out for that. We will make the event on it today and get that posted. Technology gods smile upon us that works. And that is a wrap for today. Congratulations to all of our winners, and we will see you in the community.